Hey guys, this is PrimEval. We're back with the next part of our You Can't Kill Him Alone and you explain to him how to play. So Frodoto's thinking that Katie's giving advice, but it's more that um, uh, Katie can't find his capital, and so initially Germany settled a little too close to the lands that the Swedes wanted, and I guess they said, "Hey, your settler's a little too far south." Um, but and now he's saying that his settler really was too far south because his capital is nowhere near where that settler initially settled. So my workers are looking for something to do. I guess we can improve that forest. With Oxford, we can go and grab electricity. And then I think we really need to start pumping out cannons, which we will upgrade to artillery. Depending on whether we have oil or aluminum. So now that we're at 300 science per turn, I think I'll want my cannons out before I pop a great scientist, so I'll be better able to deal with Katie if suddenly he feels threatened once I take the scientific lead. Uh, 11 turns until we pop rationalism here. So apparently KD has 12 cavalry and a lot of artillery, and by the time they turn around to me, they'll be quite strongly upgraded. So I'm not sure what Frodo is getting at. I don't want Rotterdam. Rotterdam will just be a drain on my happiness. But he insists on putting all of these military units here right on my borders. He did it first. I totally de-escalated. Anyways, we're just going to grab electricity here. And that puts us into number 1 in terms of literacy, although the average is fairly close. Man, I can't believe I got a call from the fax machine. The nerve of some people. Alright, so we just finished Oxford there. I want to quickly squeeze out an opera house, military academy. Alright, we'll go military academy and then we'll build non-stop cannons. Doesn't matter that I might want some other things. I won't make the same mistake as last time. We're going to make 100% relevant attacking units. We just discovered electricity, and we found out that Dimension is right next to some aluminum there. We have 3 aluminum over there. We've got 3 aluminum over here. We can use a Great General to steal that aluminum later. And we can also well, I think that's pretty much our only source of aluminum at the moment. So in terms of techs, I want to go biology to see if we have oil, and then I don't want to hit dynamite just yet, because right, so biology, then steam power. When we get dynamite, that'll cancel our Great Wall bonus. And I think that's good. I wonder if Frododo has electricity already. He must. Otherwise, why would he go and grab this random jungle tile here? He also has 8 aluminum in his own territory, so he shouldn't be in a rush to grab, to need Dimension and when there's a crash, we reload from a save. So I'm just going to pause the video here. Hey guys, we're back. We just reloaded. So Katie crashed, and during the reload, Germany decided to concede. And so since he's also irrelevant now, excuse me, he's out. Katie just declared war on China for some reason. Meanwhile, I have the tech lead, and so there might be a strong impetus for these fine fellows to come and attack me before I capitalize on that lead. So I need to get my own troops up. So, Frododo was trying to convince me to give him his city back when I captured it fair and square. He's saying that he needs that city so that he can go and attack so Frododo and I do need to cooperate, but I'm not giving him this city. That's for sure. I can give him open borders, and then if he acts trustworthy, I can follow him into battle. Since we're going to show queue switch, we're going to need our cannons online. Deal proposed. Accept. So his capital is 16, and just right over here, luckily, it's not beside a mountain. I guess, I'm not sure why he wouldn't have gone beside a mountain. Since that's a nice act of trust, I will reciprocate by moving my units over. And you can build yourself a lumber mill. So I hope that I can trust Frodoto. We shall see. So I have all of my experience granting buildings online, and now, as I said, I won't get distracted by building any other buildings. I just need to go and start pumping out cannons. So I want to find out if I have oil, and as soon as it becomes apparent that we'll need our artillery, I will go and bulb artillery. We have the Great Wall up, so if we just hold our units back, we should be able to defend against KD fairly easily. Sorry about all the phone calls. It wasn't even like a person, so that's really annoying. So as an act of good faith, I'm pulling some of my units away from the border. If Frodoto somehow decides that his best course of action is to attack me, despite the fact that I have some strong forces, well, I mean, you know, that's a sort of an entertaining thing to do, but I'll never trust him again, and he's a regular player, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't care if I don't trust him again, but so we have it. I don't know if it necessarily makes sense to get these factories online in Tombouctou and June, but they don't have any experience generating buildings, so I think it's fine for me if they stay as they are. So Germany just lost its capital, and we just lost the whales we were getting from them. In terms of luxury resources, we're still totally fine. This fine fellow can go and make a farm. So again, I'm not going to pop dynamite until I really need it. This will help discourage anyone from attacking me. The Great Wall is really annoying, and you maintain its benefit so long as you don't research dynamite. It doesn't matter if your opponents have dynamite. For some reason, it's based on whether you have dynamite. Next turn, I think we're going to pop our Great Scientist to find out if we have oil. Sorry for just a moment. Alright, so we just got another great person. Great scientist, that is. So move our Great Scientist over. I'll put Francis Bacon to sleep there. And we'll continue churning out cannons. This cannon will take open terrain. I might want Brandenburg Gate, but I think having the additional cannons will be much more important. So what we'll do here is go and pop our way to biology. So 2 turns we'll find out if we have oil. And so I'm not sure if these units were always here, but it'll take some time for KD to move his full army back from the German front. And let's see if any of my puppets need to be annexed. No, their production is pretty weak. Nemenjin, I might switch over at some point, especially if I culture bomb this aluminum here. So here we are. War is about to break loose. I can move this last unit to continue to generate, demonstrate my good faith towards Dodo. So maybe I will need So, looks like Frodoto wants me to make the first move, which I have no intention of doing. I'll pop dynamite at a time of my choosing, i.e. When Frodoto's units aren't sitting right beside my cities. So Frodoto is sieging Sigtuna. I'll launch my own attack once I see his artillery are actually set up to siege Sigtuna. So Frodoto wants to use shift moves, and he's calling Katie a noob because he doesn't want shift moves in this game. I personally think that shift moves are a part of the game, and so I feel kind of hampered when you can't use the shift. Alright, so oil. What do we have in the way of oil? 7 oil, and I had sent this worker here to make a trading post for Agusa. Oh, perfect. He's right in position. So we've got a little oil over there. We could settle a city for that, but 7 oil is enough for a decent fleet. How long will it take us to get to flight? Well, radar will be a long time, but flight we can get to perfectly reasonably. So I guess Frodoto is getting a little angry. Such is his prerogative. anyways, it's only illegal by default in no quitters. If everyone agrees to use shift moves, then you can do that. I have the opportunity to promote some more cannons and move them to the front line. Let's go and take a look at how the battle is progressing. Anyways, I guess sometimes people get a little involved in the game. They take it personally, which is understandable. It's quite a time commitment. I certainly don't feel happy when I lose. So yeah, so one of the advantages of shift moving is that you can bypass the first round of range attacks. Basically, you move at the end of the turn so they don't have a chance to shoot you, which I think is perfectly fine because ranged units are a little overpowered in this game. We're going to wait 10 turns to turn 153 before we pop another Great Scientist or two. Basically, I want to get Free Thought online for the plus 70% science. And then with that, since we have oil, I'm going to go for flight and bombers. So, these guys are appear to be really getting into it in terms of okay, so I'm gonna need my artillery soon. Let's move these guys to the rear. Alright, I think I can manual build dynamite here, and then we'll go flight. We can get some of these guys towards the front lines. So right now, I'm not sure if Katie has more science per turn. Stockholm is just getting its factory online. Helsinki is also getting factories online. So I think I'll actually want to do a strike on Helsinki. So as far as I can tell, Frodoto is quite an opinionated character. Katie is one of the best NQ moderators that I know. I think some of the other NQ admins get a little more emotional, or at least into a bit of a huff over various personal things. So I think Katie is the most fair of the bunch. And so I'm sorry he's getting a hard time. But I also respect Frodoto. He's a good player. So I'm sorry that we're having all these discussions that verge on, I guess, a personal nature instead of playing this great game. So I'm just going to stop the video here, and I'll see you in what I believe is part 13.